Good evening and thanks for joining us for the news at 10. I'm Karina Corral.
And I'm Richard Gerhard. CAL FIRE and the State Board of Forestry and Fire Protection announced a new plan today to minimize wildfire risk. It comes after some of the deadliest fires in our state's history last year.
KSBY's Megan Healy spoke with CAL FIRE SLO. She joins us live in San Luis Obispo with goals they've set to prevent destructive wildfires. Megan?
Well, the message from CAL FIRE, Richard and Karina, is this. They're going to double their efforts to minimize wildfire threat statewide and countywide. And the state's plan is focused on forest management. And CAL FIRE SLO is doing their part to reduce risk fires locally.
I think people will be quite pleased. We've been listening and doing homework.
A decade of listening and doing homework resulted in the California Vegetation Treatment Program. The goal? Reducing wildfire risk across the state by doubling forest management efforts.
Governor Brown and Governor Newsom have been working with us to put $1 billion worth of investment into work that will be done in the woods.
$1 billion to make sure history doesn't repeat itself.
10 of the 20th deadly wildfires in California history have occurred since 2003.
It also aims to reduce carbon emissions, increase forest health, and protect resources. CAL FIRE SLO plans to increase its fuel reduction activity locally.
Whether it's chipping, piling, hauling it out, whatever we have to do to get that out.
This year, firefighters will conduct more than 8,500 defensible space inspections, plan nearly 4,000 acres of prescribed burns, and reduce hundreds of acres of hazardous fuel. CAL FIRE says even though the hills are wet and green, fire risk is still there.
Actually more dead vegetation than there is live vegetation on our hillsides. The grass burns, it carries the fire to the heavier vegetation. It's already dead and dry, and then that's where we see the big devastating fires take place.
And homeowners should be proactive year-round.
Starting to limb up trees and take care of some of those issues, getting leaves off their roofs and out of their gutters and that kind of stuff.
CAL FIRE officials say there is no one solution to the problem, but this state plan will help. A draft for the California Vegetation Treatment Program will be available for public input sometime in May or June, and that's expected to be approved sometime before the end of the year, but CAL FIRE still says they'll continue with those fuel reduction efforts. Live in San Luis Obispo, I'm Megan Healy, KSBY News.
All right, Megan, thank you. And to make sure you're prepared for wildfires, you can download CAL FIRE's Ready for Wildfire app.